You know, I wasn't even going to make this video. This game has been bashed hell over high water. But seeing as it is Halloween, I figured as much. We might as well take a look at this dumpster fire video game that is Criticom. Criticom was a game released very early in the PlayStation 1's life cycle, and it also saw a release on Sega Saturn, but as we'll soon see, it wasn't as commercially viable as it thought itself to be. The reason for that will become very obvious momentarily. That is some riveting gameplay, huh? But unfortunately, this is all you have. This is supposed to be a fighting game. And the sad part is, I kinda wish I was lying. Even looking at the intro full motion video here, you can tell that this game has some level of effort put into it. But unfortunately, because the gameplay is so crap, you're not gonna notice that. All the budget seems to have gone into this. And here's the funny thing. Right now, you're probably thinking, well, gee, this looks difficult to play. And guess what? You'd be right. The controls don't show you a damn thing. But before I start sounding like I'm complaining, what is our magnum opus for this game? What is our story? What makes everything come together? Well, you see this crystal? Someone yoinked it, which means everybody must fight by fighting game logic. And you know what? To me, that was 100% fine. At the time, this was a new IP. You can't expect every first game to hit it out of the park, but unfortunately, everything else about this game falls apart. I mean, just look at this gameplay right now. Can you imagine yourself playing this? In case that answer was no, I want you to see this. You see that first stat right there? The one that says level 1? Oh yeah, they made this game into an RPG, which means the more games you play of this game with this particular character, you unlock more moves for that character. So which means they're giving you an incomplete fighting game to start out with. They want you to keep playing to unlock more moves that could be utility moves. So in a way, they are forcing you to play this game. Okay, so we know they want you to play this game, but why wouldn't you? What makes this game so terrible that you shouldn't even touch it? Well, for starters, the game borrows too much from all different types of fighting games. See, this game relies heavily on ring-outs, so you may be tempted to draw comparisons to games like Virtual Fighter and Soul Calibur, but the problem here is they also try to steal from Tekken with unique button inputs for special moves and combos, as well as they borrow from Virtual Fighter with grounded mechanics. if we were to look at these controls again, you would see that there are two buttons reserved for special moves. These buttons are usually the shorter buttons on any controller that you have. But the issue here is these buttons are designed to be used in conjunction with normal attacks for you to even do special moves. And here I would be inclined to give them a little bit of credit. This is a rather unique gameplay system. Where this falls apart in particular is the fact that the PlayStation controls were rather unresponsive. But seeing as this is an early PlayStation game, that kind of could be suspected, but there is really no excuse for it. Better fighting games were out before this, so I can't think of a reason. And this whole thing is actually quite sad. If you were to take a time machine and go back to the year that this came out, the company that made this game actually thought this would be a flagship series. They even made comics about this stuff. And that says something when a company thinks that this will be a flagship game, but it turns out to be a pile of dog crap. I realize that this video is only 7 minutes, but I got nothing. Really. There isn't much to this game really, except for what you saw. I mean, you have 2-player, but let's be honest, who in the hell is going to play this game with you? So, that's Criticom. I will see you guys later with another video on what I have no idea. See you later.